Imagine waking up one morning and the sun never comes back, not for a day, not for a year, but for 30 years, no crops, no warmth, no light, just ash, silence. And the planet's slowly forgetting what life felt like. This isn't science fiction. This is the science of nuclear winter. It is more terrifying than any weapon ever built. In 1983, a group of scientists, including Carl Sagan, published a paper that shook the world. They called it the TTAPS study. Their conclusion was chilling. A large-scale nuclear exchange wouldn't just destroy cities. It would inject hundreds of millions of tons of black soot into the stratosphere. Soot so high that rain cannot wash it down, and once it's up there, it blocks sunlight. Global temperatures would plunge by 20 to 40 degrees Celsius. Within weeks, not slowly, weeks, the planet wouldn't just be wounded, it would be blindfolded. In the first 90 days, the world's food systems collapse entirely. Photosynthesis stops. Every plant on Earth begins to die. Modern agriculture, which feeds 8 billion people, requires sunlight, warmth, and predictable seasons. Nuclear winter delivers none of that. Within 6 months, global grain reserves, currently enough to feed the world for roughly 77 days, are completely exhausted. Famine spreads to countries that never fired a single missile. India, Brazil, sub-Saharan Africa, nations starving because of someone else's war. Scientists estimate that in the first year alone, more than 5 billion people could die from starvation, not from the blast, from hunger. By year 2, something psychologically devastating sets in. People begin to accept that the sun is simply gone. Coastal areas experience hypercooling as ocean temperatures plummet. The hydrological cycle weakens. Deserts form where forests once stood. Rivers slow, then freeze. Any surviving pockets of agriculture begin to fail under acid rain caused by nitrogen oxide compounds. The ozone layer is destroyed. Ultraviolet radiation floods the surface. Survivors face radiation burns, blindness, and accelerating cancer rates. By year 5, civilization as a structured system no longer exists. Governments have dissolved. Currencies are worthless. The only law left is survival. It wouldn't take a full-scale nuclear war to trigger this. A regional conflict between just India and Pakistan would be enough. 100 bombs out of the roughly 12,500 nuclear warheads currently stockpiled on Earth, less than 1%. The soot from nuclear fires self-lofts. It rises higher as it absorbs sunlight, meaning it doesn't dissipate. It strengthens its own grip. 30 years in, who is left? Survival clusters form in underground bunkers, deep equatorial islands, and geothermal zones like Iceland. Children born in year 5 would be 25 years old before they ever saw direct sunlight. They would grow up on stories. Stories about oceans, about forests. To them, those things would sound like mythology. The hardest loss wouldn't be infrastructure. It would be memory. Around year 20 to 25. Global temperatures begin a fractional recovery. But recovery doesn't mean return. The ecosystems are gone permanently. What grows back is something different. A reduced, simplified biosphere. Less diverse, more fragile. The war doesn't end when the bombs stop falling. It ends when the last child born in darkness finally steps into the light. We built nuclear weapons to prevent war through fear. But the planet doesn't negotiate. The atmosphere doesn't care who started it. The question was never whether nuclear winter could last 30 years. The real question is whether we are paying enough attention to make sure we never find out.